Today's lesson is called Zendaya, The Sky's the Limit. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
And my name is Helen.
All right, folks, we are back and we're talking about a rising young star, Zendaya. For her, the sky's the limit. Who knows just how successful and popular she's going to become. She's got the potential to really reach the top. Speaking of the top, okay, last time we talked about Zendaya, where she came from, okay? She really hit the big time on the Disney Channel. That's where she got her start, okay? That's where people started noticing just how talented she was as far as the nation is concerned. And when I say the nation, I mean the United States, okay? That's when she really became popular in America. But then later on, she became popular the world over because of certain roles she portrayed on the silver screen there in Hollywood. Yeah, she went from being a national star in America there to being an international star when she started starring in movies like The Greatest Showman, which was quite good, but also in the movie Spider-Man Homecoming, which was a blockbuster hit. And yeah, in that movie, she played Peter Parker's love interest, MJ. And it was at that moment when she played that part in that globally huge movie that she really hit the big time and she became a big name in Hollywood there, which is great, but also she became a big name the world over.
That's right. She became a big name the world over with her acting. But aside from acting, she was also doing modeling and she sang in one of the movies, The Greatest Showman, and she did some dancing as well. So she is a very well-rounded entertainer. And so having done all of these projects, she went back to the Disney Channel, but she felt like that was a bit limiting. She wanted more challenges. She was getting older also. She was in her early 20s, and maybe that is the age when you stop doing Disney Channel shows, which are for younger people, teenagers maybe, but she's becoming an adult, so she was looking for adult roles.
There you have it. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break. But when we come back, we'll start reading from the second part of our lesson on Zendaya.
Zendaya returned to the big screen in Spider-Man: Far From Home, with much more screen time than the first movie. Audiences adored her as the awkward yet charmingly relatable MJ. Following this, she landed a lead role in HBO's teen drama Euphoria. Her role as a recovering teenage addict differed from anything she had done before. She was unsure at first whether she would be able to pull off the edgy role, but she carried the first season off with flying colors. Critics have praised her performance and people are hooked on the show.
大家好，第一部分我们看到一个单字 relatable， 这个字是形容词，指能产生共鸣的，可能理解、认同的。例如 The relatable characters are the main reason that makes the TV show a success. 令人产生共鸣的角色是这个电视节目成功的主要原因。或是 The experience of losing a child makes him more relatable to the families with the same pain. 丧子的经历让他能更理解有同样伤痛的家庭。接着我们看到一个名词 addict， 指成瘾者、入迷的人。像是 I think Tina is a chocolate addict because she eats it all the time. 我认为 Tina 是巧克力成瘾者，因为她总是不停地吃巧克力。另外，这个字也可以当动词，当动词时念作 addict， 指使沉溺、使成瘾，常用被动式，后面接介系词 to。 举例来说 Michelle says that she is addicted to coffee and can't get through her day without it. Michelle 说她对咖啡成瘾，一天没有咖啡就活不下去。再来，我们看到片语 pull off 加名词，或是 pull 加上名词或代名词再加 off， 表示成功完成，达到点点点。例如 Two of our actors were missing.But we still pulled off the show. 我们有2个演员不在，但我们依然成功地完成这场表演。或是 I am going to try to cook this new dish, but I may not be able to pull it off. 我想要试着做做看这道菜，但可能不会成功。另外 pull off 除了上述的意思，还有以下2种用法。第一，指脱下、移除。 举例来说 When Brian came inside, he pulled off his gloves and put them on the table. Brian 进来的时候，他脱掉他的手套，然后把它们放在桌上。第二，指车或驾驶停靠路边，我们可以说 We pulled our car off the road so the fire truck could pass us. 我们把车子开到路边，好让消防车超过我们。接着我们看到一个单字 edgy， 这个字是形容词，指前卫犀利的，紧张不安的。像是 The club is known for hosting edgy musical events. 那间俱乐部以主办前卫音乐活动而闻名。或是 Eddie feels a little edgy about the upcoming examination. Eddie 对即将来临的考试感到有一点紧张。再来我们看到片语 with flying colors 有表现出色、成功的意思。例如Though Kenny was worried about taking his driving test, he still passed with flying colors. 虽然 Kenny 担心这次的驾照考试，但他却还是高分过关。
And welcome back. So let's continue on with our look at Zendaya's bright career. So it says here, Zendaya returned to the big screen in Spider-Man Far From Home with much more screen time than the first movie. So in the first movie, she appeared in Spider-Man. She was the love interest MJ in Spider-Man Homecoming. But this time, in the second Spider-Man, she didn't just appear in the movie. She had more screen time, meaning she was given more parts to speak and she had more parts to fill in the movie.
There you go. In the first movie, she did a great job, okay? In the second movie, I'm pretty sure that people realized that they had a big talent on their hands there, okay? Now, that probably means she's going to turn into an even bigger star, right? Absolutely correct. Yes, audiences adored her as the awkward yet charmingly relatable MJ. So there you go. Audiences liked her before. She became an international star before because of the first Spider-Man movie there, but then things really took off for her in this second Spider-Man movie. She went from being an international star, which is great, to being adored by audiences. If you adore someone, you not only like them, you love them. You love them a lot. Yes, apparently audiences here really took to Zendaya in this second movie. They really, really loved it when she was on the screen there. They adored her.
Right. So as Jeff mentioned, adore here means to really like something, to love something very much. But it's also a word that's used in certain contexts. You see it more in text when you read, but you may not want to say, I adore you, because that might sound a bit strange. So you can say, I adore your shoes, or I adore that little puppy, but you wouldn't want to say to your girlfriend or boyfriend, I adore you. You could, but it may come off as a little bit strange. So anyway, audiences adored her, not because of her singing this time or because of anything else, but the fact that she played her role, MJ, in a very professional way. She conveyed the awkward, charming quality of MJ. So when you're awkward, you feel or you act uncomfortable in situations. You're not relaxed, you're not confident, you're maybe a bit nerdy. And so audiences were able to identify with, to appreciate Zendaya's portrayal of MJ as being this nerdy, awkward, uncomfortable young woman.
Yeah, there you go. Peter Parker in these Spider-Man movies, okay? Very often, he doesn't know how to act in social situations. He's growing up, and yeah, being awkward is a part of growing up. You don't know what to do in certain situations, especially social situations. So you're not smooth with the ladies, let's say, if you're Peter Parker. And if you're Zendaya playing this role of MJ, you're not smooth with the boys, or you don't know how to handle things gracefully yet. And so people like the fact that she seemed relatable because, sure, she's beautiful and very, very talented, so on and so forth, but still, she has this relatability to her because she's so awkward, or she pulls off playing awkward so well. Anyways, following this, she landed a lead role in HBO's teen drama Euphoria. So it's just one hit after another. After she played MJ in Spider-Man Far From Home, she moved on to a lead role in an HBO show. And by the way, yes, when it comes to hitting the big time, the big names are like Hollywood movies and stuff like that, but also TV channels like HBO. HBO is considered a very good network there in the United States and elsewhere that produces high-quality content. So there you go. She moved on from a big Hollywood movie to a big cable station, and she played the lead role here in an HBO teen drama named Euphoria.
That's right, but this time her role is very different from what she has done in the past. She is no longer playing a spy or the love interest of Spider-Man. This time she has a role, and the role is a recovering teenage addict, and this role differed from anything she had done before. So to be more precise, in Euphoria, she was playing an addict or someone who takes harmful or illegal drugs and can't stop doing so. So the phrase is a drug addict, for instance. And this role of a teenage addict differed from anything she had done before. And here the verb differ means to be different, simply, to be different from something else. For instance, I could say, the place that I went to eat, this restaurant, differs from any other restaurant I've been to in that it had seats for pets.
Wow. What an interesting restaurant. It had seats for pets. Yeah, how cool. Anyways, yeah, it says here that her role as a teenage addict, it differed from anything she had done before, and this makes total sense to me. Before, she was working on the Disney Channel, or she was working on, big Hollywood movies like Spider-Man. Very often, those superhero movies, and also anything on the Disney Channel. Usually these types of entertainment, or these pieces of entertainment, I should say, they're going to steer away from these topics. Yeah, we're talking about wholesome movies and wholesome shows there on the Disney Channel. They're usually not going to feature episodes where people talk about drugs and stuff like that. So the fact that she took on this role on HBO, okay, this was going to be totally new for her, okay? This is going to differ from anything else she'd done before in Hollywood or on the Disney Channel or anything like that. And by the way, that makes sense for Zendaya. Remember, she's always looking for bigger and better things and more challenges. Challenges that she can take on. And playing a recovering teenage addict, it sounds like this is something she wanted to do to test herself and to challenge herself. Now, she was unsure at first whether she would be able to pull off the edgy role, but she carried the first season off with flying colors. So there you go. She was looking for a challenge. Okay, she found it, and then she hit a home run. She definitely pulled off the edgy role, i.e. she was able to do this successfully. Okay, she was able to portray this role very well. And yes, she apparently carried the first season off with flying colors. So not only did she hit a home run, she hit a grand slam. Not only did she pass the test, she aced it.
That's right. So here we have the phrases pull off and with flying colors. And they mean very similar things. To pull off something means to do something successfully. So for instance, I could say, you convinced your father to buy you a car? How did you pull that off? Meaning, how did you convince your father to buy you a car? That must have been so difficult. With flying colors means very successfully. I passed the exam with flying colors. And that means I got a really high grade or maybe even a perfect grade on the exam. And you can use these two phrases together in the same sentence as it's done here. Zendaya thought that she wasn't sure whether she would be able to pull off this edgy role, but she did. She carried the first season off with flying colors. Now here, she wasn't sure whether she would be able to pull it off because it's an edgy role. And something that's edgy is something that's interesting or exciting in a strange way, in an unusual way. So something that's not common that you would see normally. And those edgy roles are usually harder to play if you're not a skilled actor. But Zendaya's a skilled actor, and she pulled it off with flying colors.
Yeah, she pulled it off with flying colors, and this was an edgy role. It was new and kind of experimental, and it was liable to cause some controversy, okay? But hey, no matter, okay? She pulled it off, no big deal. She was able to do it with flying colors. Well done, Zendaya. Now, critics have praised her performance, and people are hooked on the show. I get it. It's a show about addicts, and now people are hooked to the show. They're addicted to the show, so to speak. Ha ha ha. But yes, apparently Zendaya's performance is good enough to kind of earn her this type of fanfare. Yeah, audiences are just gaga over Zendaya. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Recently, Zendaya has also been making her mark on fashion. Working with Tommy Hilfiger, she has helped to create 2 stunning clothing collections. The Fall 2019 collection was shown at a fashion show held outside the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York. Since diversity is important to Zendaya, she ensured that the show's models were a mix of different races, sizes, and ages.
第二部分看到一个形容词 stunning， 指令人惊讶的、极美的、绝佳的。例如 Denise looked stunning when she wore her green dress and a diamond necklace. Denise 穿着她的绿色洋装，脖子戴上钻石项链，看起来非常美丽。最后我们看到单字 diversity， 这个字是名词，指多元性、多样化，像是Rainforests are known for having impressive diversity in plants and animals. 众所皆知，雨林有丰富的动植物多样性。
Okay, let's move on with our coverage of Zendaya. And it says here, recently, Zendaya has also been making her mark on fashion. Working with Tommy Hilfiger, she has helped to create 2 stunning clothing collections. So acting isn't enough. It's not enough of a challenge. She also wanted to branch out into something else, and that's the fashion industry. So she has been making her mark on fashion, which means she has been doing significant, noticeable things in fashion, and she worked with Tommy Hilfiger, which is a fashion brand, and she helped Tommy Hilfiger to create 2 stunning or very impressive or beautiful clothing collections.
There you go. The movies weren't enough for Zendaya. Not even HBO was enough for her, so she's now making her mark on fashion. And yes, before she worked as a model, and now she's also designing clothes as well. Now, the Fall 2019 collection, okay, these clothes that she had a hand in creating. The Fall 2019 collection was shown at a fashion show held outside the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York. And since diversity is important to Zendaya, she ensured that the show's models were a mix of different races, sizes, and ages. There you go. The United States is a diverse country, okay? Diverse is the adjective, diversity is the noun.
And it's significant that Zendaya held the fashion show outside the Apollo Theater in Harlem, New York, because Harlem historically is a community. It's a part of Manhattan, New York, that was the home for the Black community, the African American community. In fact, jazz music grew out of Harlem, and the Apollo Theater is an important theater, very historical in Harlem because it featured a lot of jazz musicians, blues musicians, basically African American music. So it's very iconic, this theater. And the fact that Zendaya wanted to have the collection there was very symbolic and very meaningful.
There you go. She had to have diversity, by the way. She wanted different races, sizes, and ages. There you go. That's a very good example of a diverse show. There's going to be different races, sizes, and ages, all sorts of different things found in one place. That's what diversity is all about. Yes, you can say diversity or diversity. Anyways, moving on, we also have the verb ensure, okay? If you ensure something, you make sure that thing comes about. You guarantee that thing.
Right. And I could also say, for instance, when I was a kid, my mother ensured that all of the kids who came to my birthday party went home with a gift.
Wow. Your mother sounds like a really, really nice lady. Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up our article on Zendaya.
Next up, Zendaya is set to appear in Season 2 of Euphoria and the science fiction film Dune. After that, the sky's the limit for this growing star.
Okay, so we're going to wrap up our article on Zendaya. And next up, Zendaya is set to appear in season 2 of Euphoria and the science fiction film Dune. After that, the sky's the limit for this growing star. So it seems like Zendaya is keeping herself busy. She has 2 new films coming up. And after that, the sky's the limit, meaning there is no limit to what she can accomplish because she is talented and she has a strong will. She wants to do things her own way, and that promises future of success.
There you go. And that's the title of our article, by the way. Zendaya, the sky's the limit. There you go. She's successful, and there's no telling just how high she can fly. All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break and time for you guys to hear from the Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文一开始提到 Zendaya 以《蜘蛛人离家日》这部电影重返大荧幕，有比较多的戏份了。那课文写到说Audiences adored her as the awkward yet charmingly relatable MJ. 观众喜欢她诠释的别扭却又迷人又能引起共鸣的 MJ. 好，句子里面有一个动词 adore， 我们来学它的字首字根 ADORE。 好，它的字首 AD 表示朝向，那么 ORE 有述说期盼的意思。同学们可以试着联想，当你在对某个人表达爱慕，跟对方说你有多崇拜他，对着他说的话，那就不难联想到这个 adore 它有热爱崇拜的意思。那接着我们在 adore 后面加上 ABLE， ABLE 表示可怎么样能怎么样的，合在一起会变形容词 adorable。那当某人或某事物它会让人这个爱慕热爱的，那就表示它是可爱的讨人喜欢的。好，那我们看到同一句还有一个补充单字是 relatable， 它是来自动词 relate。relate 除了表达跟什么有关联，它还有理解的意思。我们常常会用 relate to somebody or something 来表达对某人或某事物感同身受，跟它产生共鸣。那我们在 relate 后面加上字尾 ABLE 变成 relatable， 则是用来形容能产生共鸣的、可理解的、能认同的。好，课文第二部分的第一句提到说 Recently, Zendaya has also been making her mark on fashion. 最近 Zendaya 也在时尚圈崭露头角。那这边我们来学习 make one's mark 或是 make a mark 的用法。Mark 当名词，它有印记、记号的意思。我们可以用 make one's mark 或是 make a mark 加上 on 加名词。那么动词 make 你可以把它换成 leave。从字面上来看，意思就是在某个东西上面做记号，留下某人的记号。那这个用语是用来表达对什么什么留下深刻印象，对什么造成很大的影响。讲这个片语啊，我都会想到孙悟空在佛祖的手指上留下这个齐天大圣到此一游的记号。这件事是不是很令人印象深刻呢？也许同学们就可以用这个方式把这个片语记起来。好，那我们来造一个例句。The good doctor made a mark on the town. 那一位好医生对这个城镇造成深远的影响。好，那么课文写到说 Zendaya has also been making her mark on fashion. 她持续在时尚圈留下自己的印记，也就是说她持续让自己受注意，有所成就的意思。好，那么以上是今天重点整理，我们回顾今天单字吧。
Adore.Fans adore the band's lead singer and eagerly follow his social media accounts. Awkward. Sean felt awkward at the party because he knew so few of the other people there. Differ. The two countries' systems of government differ from each other in several significant ways. Stunning. When we finally reached the peak of the mountain, we were met with a stunning view. Ensure.The Food Safety and Inspection Service ensures that restaurants are following food safety guidelines.
Discussion Starter starts now!
All right, it's time for our discussion starter. Hey, Helen, how important is it for media to show people of different races, body types, etc.?
Diversity in media is very important because people come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, and they deserve to be represented in the media.
I agree. Diversity in media in a place like this is very important because representation is very important in and of itself, okay? If you've got a diverse community, the media in that community should actually represent or reflect all of the people that make up that community. Otherwise, people are going to get a wrong idea of what that community is all about.
Well, this is the end of our program. We hope you had a great time with us today. Hope you can join us again. From all of us here, I'm Helen.
I'm Jeff.
See you next time.